So I wanted to identify a way to leverage ChatGPT to build relational capacity in a course, especially the online platform. And what I determined was to use a digital name tent that a class that I was teaching, bring that information over to ChatGPT and see if I could use that in a way to increase engagement. So I'm going to scroll up here to walk you through what I did. First of all, we had our digital name tent here, and it has all their information, personal information about themselves that they wanted to share, fun facts about themselves. And I'm going to share this. I'm really not sharing it, but I'm downloading this Excel spreadsheet because ChatGPT just needs text. It doesn't need to be fancy. And so while this information is in a table, that's all it needs. And so what I did was first, the way I like to approach ChatGPT is some people use super prompts, which means they basically write out an entire page of directions for ChatGPT. I like to chunk it for myself. And the way I first like to do it is I use the app on my phone. And so I'll pull up the app on my phone and talk to the phone, and I'll just tell it exactly what you see here is that I'm an online teacher at the community college level, and I have asked participants in my class to share information about themselves on a digital board. And then I would like for ChatGPT to help me consolidate that. And I ask it a question and then press enter. I like to do that because, again, that helps me chunk what I'm about to do in the this whole conversation here. So it says absolutely. Let's move on. And so basically, I just copied and pasted just from a table into ChatGPT, and you can see it doesn't look very clean, but it doesn't matter because this is a large language model. It doesn't matter how it's formatted. And as I scroll down, it provided me a very quick summary of each participant. It summarizes exactly what they excel at. And so now that I've got that kind of categorized and that ChatGPT has this information, I know I can continue through the same chat session to capitalize on that information. So I ask it to write a whimsical poem about interesting facts about each person. And so as you can see, it writes a poem, has an interesting fact, makes it rhyme. And so this is something I can share as kind of a fun follow-up to let people know that I actually did look at their name tent and that I'm engaged with their content and really want to know them more. And when you see "Are you done?" that means ChatGPT sometimes just gets stopped. It's got like a character limit, and so you just have to say "continue," and it apologizes, and then it continues. And then as a follow-up, I thought I would leverage AI to create a Moodle quiz for me based on this information. And so what it did was it created a multiple choice question for each one of the participants in the class based on the information that was provided in the name tent. I can simply export this and bring it into Moodle. And so now if I go into Moodle, I can bring in these questions. So I copied and pasted those questions directly from ChatGPT over into the notepad, which you can import into a Moodle quiz. And so now when the students decide if I wanted to actually take an extra step to engage the students and get them to make sure they know each other, is I provide access to the digital name tent here below the quiz. And so as they're going through the quiz and they see a question, they will have to go to the digital name tent to make sure that they're aligning those facts about that person. So Miss Winston's favorite subject to teach, I don't remember, so I can go back here. I can scroll down and find her. And I remember seeing her in a picture with the Mickey Mouse hat, so I know that the answer is going to be in there. So on a smaller class, this might be easier for students. You could even divide the class up into groups. But what it really does is encourages students in kind of a fun way to get to know each other. And again, once you have this information in here, you could obviously get it to do all kinds of stuff with those students in this class. If you want to come in next week and ask it to list all the EMS instructors and send them a specific email, you could. And so if you get information from the students and put it into a chat, you can use this as a way to leverage relational capacity on a week-by-week basis. Really easy once you get the prompt set up.